Hey, could you come over here for a second? I just wanted a little chat with you. I'm sorry to take you away from our other two party members, but seeing how they're fast asleep after eating twice their share of rations, I don't think they'll be missing too much. But on the important bit, it's important, I swear. I wanted to talk to you a bit more about our mission before we enter this dungeon. Now, I know you might be scared. That's not an accusation, I'm just throwing out possibilities here, but if you are, that's fine. Dungeons are scary things, with traps and monsters and all that horrible things. But I actually got some good news. You see, I talked to some of the rats by the entrance of the dungeon. Not in a crazy person kind of way, more in like a druid kind of way. I'm a druid, it's what I do. But anyway, I just gave them a bit of a cheese, stroked their ego a bit, complimented on how nice they were keeping their fur, and they essentially gave me the quick rundown on the dungeon's layout. You know, where all the traps are and all that good stuff. They even told me where the treasure is. Basically, I've charted a path that can take us quickly and effectively to the treasures while bypassing all the dangers. That's right, no risk to us. Of course, I didn't just rely on their words. Well, squeaks, more like. So I actually turned myself into a spider and did some scouting myself. Just to confirm to see for myself. And I guarantee you, everything they said is true. So, like I said, the route is safe and profitable. And while we're on the topic of profit, it gets me thinking, why should we split the loot with the two others? I mean, the two of them have been best friends since forever, but we just met those two not too long ago. We've really got a connection going for each other, but them, not so much. And they're really not pulling their weight. I mean, overeating our rations aside, they're burdened by not performing their roles very well. Take scouting, for example. I already did that, so what's the point of the rogue? Not to mention, dwarves don't really make good rogues. Especially not a clumsy one like her. And as for the monk, come on. You know monks aren't useful. So let's just be real here. Why split the treasure with deadweights we barely even know? On the other hand, I'm useful, you're useful for my morale, and I know you like the back of your hand. I mean, my hand. I promise I don't stare at your hand that much. You know what? I'll give you a better share of the loot. You get 60 to my 40. And think of the main reason why we're here. You know? The super special magic artifact that's rumored to be in this very dungeon? Well, rumored, but the rats mentioned it specifically, so I know it's there. How are we going to split that? How are we going to decide who gets it? That's going to be the issue. Considering how valuable it is, I mean, a chalice that lengthens the user's lifespan? Super precious. Settling that problem of ownership is going to be more difficult than actually getting it. Especially for a reason the other two party members don't know. But, since you're my good friend, I'll let you in on a little secret. See, I was talking to that tree around here earlier. Like with the rats. It's a completely normal druid thing, not like a crazy person thing. But the main point here is that some of these trees are really old. And I mean old. Even old enough to see the creation of this very artifact here in this dungeon. And they know all about it. Those trees were really willing to talk my pointy ears off about it when I told them how pretty they were even without flowers. So it turns out, the artifact is single use. You can only use it once and then it vanishes into nothingness. So it'll grant a couple of centuries to a person's lifespan, but after that, it's gone. Which is why I think you should have it. I'm an elf. I already have such a long lifespan, but you're the human here. The only one in the party. Your lifespan is so short, and you're my best friend. So don't you think you should have it? Now, what do you say? Want to go in there, snag that bad boy, along with the rest of the treasure, of course, and then walk out with the smuggiest smiles ever? Just the two of us? Now that's what I like to hear. Let's not waste any time. Come on, right this way. Okay, this is the place, see? It's got a pedestal and everything. It's just like the tree said, a golden chalice adorned with every kind of jewel. It looks pretty, doesn't it? It's a bit of a shame we can't sell it after we're done with it, though. Oh well, no use dwelling on it. Come on, no time to spare. There's no telling when those other two will wake up, and I'd like to avoid an awkward explanation. Okay, so here we go. The tree told me all about how this works. All you have to do is do what I tell you. First, grip the cup. I mean chalice. What's wrong? Why are you hesitating? Oh, I get it. You have a healthy sense of paranoia. Don't be ashamed. It's good. That serves you well. So, I assume that you're probably afraid that touching the chalice will take your soul or turn you into a frog or whatever, right? I can understand why you hesitate, believe me. I mean, I know we've been friends forever, but it still can be sketchy, right? I'm just so generous and regret your short lifespan. So much that I have to give you this priceless artifact. Yeah, I don't blame you for me being suspicious. Greed can kill even the strongest of bonds, but believe me, it can't kill my bond with you. It's not just about increase of your lifespan in a that's fair kind of way, you know? It's just, I want you to have this. I wouldn't do this for any human. I was just thinking, well, I really love you. Really, really love you. Not just as a friend, of course. More than that, but not just more than that. More than even that. I actually became a druid because I love you so much. It always pained me to be so far away from you. Nothing hurts more than the distance between us. If I'm sleeping in a room alone at night, for instance, I am restless without you at my side. If I'm having a meal, it's tasteless without sharing it with you. So I thought, if only I could become something like a spider, then I could be with you all the time. I could be right on your shoulder as you sleep. I could be right on the ceiling looking down as you read. Reading with you, if I bear to take my eyes off you. I could always be with you. And becoming a druid offered me that possibility. So, that's what I did. And I really did all those things. Sleeping with you, reading with you. I can prove it. You can ask me what page you stopped at last night, or what you were dreaming about. You were mumbling a bit about your dream after all. It was honestly so cute. I can answer all those things. I love those things. Activities with you. I wish I could do them with you forever. They're so much fun. But that's just one problem. You'll die of old age long before I will. So we won't have a time to spend together. Believe me. I'm not doing this whole thing out of generosity. I'm being selfish. I want more of the high you give me. So, will you at least believe me that I'm not tricking you? The chalice isn't going to steal your soul or turn you into a frog or anything. It's not cursed, I promise. So, will you do as I say and grip the chalice? Thank you. Now, just keep doing that. Keep gripping it. Good. Let me just put in these two hairs. Nice. Just like the tree said. The hairs dissolve and the cup will be filled with a clear liquid. Okay, now drink it. After that, it'll be done, and you'll have a lifespan of a few centuries longer. Then the chalice will vanish. Like I said, it's a shame we can't sell it. But your life matters more. We can tell the other two we never found it. But enough of that. Go on, drink. Chug that bad boy. How did it taste? My tongue felt all sweet just watching you. That's interesting to hear. Now, come on. Let's head back. No telling when those other two will wake up. What's the matter? Did you want to ask me something? Oh, you want to know whose hair I put into the cup? Well, okay. I guess I can tell you. You already drank it after all. They were a hair from each of our two other party members. The tree told me in vivid detail. You put up to 2 hairs in the chalice, one from each different long-lived race, like dwarves. Then, the chalice will take a century or 2 from the victims' lives, and turns it into that liquid that transfers the lost lifespan to whoever who drinks it. Which, fortunately for us, was you. If we're lucky, those 2 won't even notice what happened to them. The tree said they don't visibly age. I know I said this chalice wasn't cursed, but I don't think this really counts as a curse, to be honest. After all, who cares about those 2? We barely know them. They're practically strangers. They're worthless to us. Not like us 2. We're so close. I swear, our heartbeats are in sync. I can tell. Yours is beating as fast as mine. That's the sort of connection we get from spending most of our time together, even though you weren't always aware of it. And now you live as long as an elf. We can spend even more time together. I'm drooling just thinking about it. Oh, what should we read next? What dream will you mumble about next? I hope it's about me this time. I almost feel guilty feeling this happy right now. Almost. I'm not one to feel guilt. Especially not over something like this. I didn't do anything wrong. Those other 2 don't matter. You're the only one that matters to me. All the gods, all the religions are not as holy as you. I'd sacrifice the entire world and all of its contains if it benefits you. So if we're just talking about those 2, I'll sacrifice them in a heartbeat. Now, come on. Let's head back already. You're mumbling about wanting to finish that book. And I know you finished on a cliffhanger.